Howdy, folks. What's going on? This is the Outlaw Hatfield back at you one more time. How's everybody doing tonight? Well, we got some topics for tonight. You know me, I normally run this Tuesday night show kind of loose, but tonight, I think we're going to hit on some definite topics. The first one being is Jacksonville, Florida. I don't know how many of you guys out there have heard anything about this whole Jacksonville thing, but apparently yesterday the city of Jacksonville fined a car lot by, if I'm not mistaken, it's Jaguar Power Sports in Jacksonville, Florida. They fined them for flying military flags. The woman's name that showed up there, her name was Melina Power, if I heard that correctly. She walks in, she apparently hands them the tickets or whatever it is she does. There was a customer in there that was happened to be a veteran. Apparently, he had been wounded 3 times in combat, and she politely told him that he has done absolutely nothing for this country. Um, what kind of city in this country would tell any company that it cannot have a military flag flying on its roof or on its property? To me, that's a serious issue. It's bullshit on so many levels. Um, and how do we as citizens go about combating such things? Because I'm sure it's not just Jacksonville this is going on in. I'm sure that it's going on in other places as well. Um, but for a city to fine a small company for flying military flags, showing support for our men and women in uniform, to me, that was a slap in the face. Exactly, Philo. Exactly. What kind of a woman would say that to somebody who went overseas, served their country, was wounded in combat? How can you look at this man in the eyes and say you've done nothing for our country? Oh, Melina Power, go fuck yourself. I'm still in Matt's shit. This Melina Power woman, she just needs to go fuck herself, preferably with a chainsaw.
Okay, I must have jumped in at the middle part of that. What did this person do?
Well, apparently she is one of the board members in Jacksonville, Florida, who has decided to go cite, write tickets to fine a car lot called Jaguar Power Sports in Jacksonville, Florida, for flying military flags.
Are you? What is she finding them for? Just for flying it,
just
or
just for flying the flags, apparently, from what everybody's gathered. And I've done some research. That's all I found. So, and it's
so?
bullshit.
It's not that they were flying it above the United States flag or the state
No,
flag. It
no,
was just because they were flying it.
yeah, pretty much, yeah. That's the gist.
Well, that bitch is stupid.
Yeah, yeah. I have to
I
agree.
I can't even sit there and have a nice way of saying it. Someone lit the fuse on her tampon, and she's just fucking stupid. Go take a Midol, change your fucking pad, whatever you got to do, bitch, but get your attitude adjusted because that's fucking stupid. These people die and bleed for our fucking country, and you're gonna sit there and find someone who's showing support. How stupid do you have to fucking be right now?
Well, how stupid do you have to be to look at a vet who had been shot 3 times in combat, wounded 3 times? I don't necessarily know who was shot, but he's wounded 3 times in combat, and tell
So
him
it's
his country.
his company
No,
that
he was a
he's flying the
customer.
flag.
This was a
Oh, he was a
customer.
customer.
Yeah, this was apparently a customer, and she looked at him and said, "You have no You have done nothing for this country.
That bitch needs to be shot.
Yeah.
She hasn't fucking done anything for our country. You haven't fucking given anything. You haven't sacrificed anything. You haven't had time away from your fucking family because you're out fighting for our country. You just sit behind a comfy fucking desk. You do nothing but run your fucking mouth, and you think you're going to tell a vet he hasn't done anything? Bitch, go dig your own fucking grave. Save everybody else the trouble of having to dig the hole for you. Just fucking dig your hole, put yourself in it, fucking lay down like you do for everything else, and do us all a favor and cover your fucking self up, because you are fucking useless. You are a waste of breath, and you have no business being in this fucking country if you're going to disrespect a vet like that. Fuck her.
Yes. Well, that's the general consensus there.
Sorry, I totally just went on a rant on your channel. My bad.
You have more.
Tell us how you really feel, Gunpowder.
Well, okay, so I have family that have fucking died for this country. I have cousins that have served for this country. And for someone to sit there and tell a vet or a family member of a veteran that they have done nothing for this country, if she was here right now, I would stab her in the fucking throat with my own fist.
Wow.
Stupid fucking bitch.
It don't take much to get you riled up, does it?
No, not really, especially on those topics.
Well, Nightstrike says he's got a update about all this. So, Nightstrike, what do you got?
Yeah, and granted, Ellis, that video was from yesterday. Apparently, it got so much flack that the city told the owner of the it was actually a motorcycle place, not a car place, but regardless, the city told them just to tear it up because they're not going to fine him for it. Second, this woman who served the citation and told that veteran that he did nothing for the country, she's on leave now.
Oh,
administrative leave because of what she said.
Yeah, but how much you want to bet that they're fucking paying her for her leave?
Yeah, they shouldn't be, but
Yeah, she needs to just be kicked out and fucking ran out of the fucking city if you want to act like that much of a fucking twat.
But the point is, the city actually did something when they found out about that.
I think that's the first time I've heard somebody called a fucking twat on Outlaw's channel. I gotta give you credit for that one.
Well,
I'm sorry. When you act like a twat, I'm gonna call you like a twat. That bitch is a capital fucking T and twat.
But again, I told this to Ellis when he mentioned this to me on Facebook earlier. It's Florida. What do you expect?
Well, okay, so there's a lot of bad apples in Florida, but we can't judge Florida as a whole just because it's got a bunch of a-holes in Florida.
Okay, so she'll say twat and not asshole. Okay, well.
My daughter just walked underneath my feet, so before it was fine. She just walked in the room, so I don't need her sitting there going, "Mama said ASSHOLE." Because her papa will be the first to be like, "I'm gonna whoop your mama's ass."
Yeah, and that's the thing. Jacksonville is actually a military town.
Yeah.
And
I hope she gets ran out of town because she don't need to fucking be there with that disrespect towards the veterans.
Tarred and feathered.
Yep, grab your pitchforks. That bitch needs to go.
Believe me, she's probably going to be run out of town.
I hope so. Man, I wish I was in Florida so I could YouTube it and be like, "Watch that bitch run. Look, there's pitchforks right there." Yeah, that'd be funny. I'm easily amused today. I'm sorry.
Well, I've got some good news coming up in just a minute. Yeah, I got some news that's probably going to knock some of you people over. And it's coming from a place you'd never expect.
Well, I'm not wearing socks, so go ahead and try to knock my socks off. They're not there.
Whoa, you actually went and bought a Chris Victor?
No, that would be good news for me. This is good news for the country.
Oh, okay.
In general, yeah. Well, I don't think getting a Chris Victor is going to affect anybody else's life.
Depends on if you're going to let me shoot it or not.
Of course, I'd let you shoot it.
Same.
Well, then, of course, it's going to affect me.
Yeah.
I would let you hold it and stroke it a little bit.
Woo, doggy, it's a good day.
Let's not get into detail, okay? We need to save some of that for
I
live.
get to touch it, I get to stroke it, I get to shoot it, man. I feel fancy.
Yeah, I'll even let you load the magazine.
What? Oh my gosh. All right.
He's gonna let you take a full load after you stroke it.
Oh,
Like,
I did not say that.
you could have gone all day without saying that.
I did not say that. That was Black Cat. See, you can't trust a black cat. I've said it before. I'll say it again. You cannot trust a black cat. But anyway, let's get back to Jacksonville for a minute. As citizens of this country, you get somebody in office, in that kind of a role, a board member for our city. What in the world goes through their mind to make them think they can get away with citing a company for flying military flags, first of all, and secondly, get away with saying something like that to a veteran? What goes through your mind? What makes you?
Well, apparently she does not know what an ass whooping is, and that's what's wrong with her. She didn't have her ass whooped as a kid. Because if I'd sat there and said something like that, it doesn't matter if I was in my teenage years or if I was 83. My daddy whooped my ass if I sat there and disrespected a veteran. Which I'd never do because I got fucking common sense and a little bit of decency. Some, but not much.
I don't know. Where's your husband at, by the way? I sent him a link.
He is probably out driving the Uber.
The Ubermobile.
The Ubermobile. Wow. Picking up the drunk chicks.
I'm sure he's listening. How you doing, Tardot? I know you're out there.
Hi, honey. Love you.
I ain't going to tell you I love you, brother. It ain't going to happen. I like you a lot, but I ain't going to tell you I love you. You're a good dude and all.
I love you like a fat kid loves cake, homie.
If I was in the gunfight, I'd want you on my side. How about that?
Hey man, that's a good deal right there.
That's the best compliment I can give anybody.
Yeah.
And saying that, you have to remember that I'd want a few people on I'd want Night Strike on my side, as long as he had a bayonet on the gun.
Don't worry, I will.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I ain't never going to count on you hitting anything. I want Night Strike
to train the other side how to shoot, though.
Oh, well. Night Strike is getting there. One of these days he's going to outshoot everybody on gun channels. I have faith in him. See there, Night Strike. Don't ever say I haven't, gave you a push in the right direction.
I'm waiting for the punchline.
There ain't no punchline, brother. There ain't no punchline. This is it. Right there. You got it.
There we go.
All
right.
You got it. We support you, Night Strike.
Uh-oh.
We all support you. And I don't know, there's been this rumor going around that Night Strike is shutting down GunTube. Let me set the record straight. It is not going anywhere. GunTube is still up and running.
In fact, I just updated it today. We got more options.
More options? What kind of options do we have?
You can now download the videos from GunTube.
Wow. Well, that's an improvement.
Right.
We are getting up in the world now. We can download them and upload them. Get it coming and going.
Opened an account there, but I haven't uploaded any videos yet.
Holy crap.
Holy crap. Y'all realize that we are way behind in the chat, right?
Yeah.
Probably.
Always behind in the chat.
John Z, I don't know what the major issue is over here, but yeah, you're welcome.
Dano is saying the lobby is too good for you all.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of things to do.
Obviously, he doesn't know that you do a show on Tuesday evenings.
Yeah.
The major issue with what?
I don't know. I have
No,
no
no,
clue.
I'm keeping him company.
Mm. Yes, Dano and John Z and Night Striker and yesterday's Parade and let's see, the Pants is over there.
Midmo Gunners out there.
Yep. G Webs and myself, of course. So all over on the Gun Channel side. See, you folks on YouTube need to shoot over to the Gun Channels. No, just
Yeah, you got to be cool like the gun channels kids.
yeah, the Gun Channel kids are great. They're wonderful. And then we're all accepting. We accept everybody, every race, color, and creed. We will take anybody and everybody. As long as you support the Second Amendment, we shall support you. I wouldn't suggest, however, you showing up there talking crap if you don't support the Second Amendment, because you might get your feelings hurt. We got some rowdies
Did
over
she
there.
just say bite me, Gunpowder? Wow.
Okay.
That is definitely your daughter.
Okay. Now
I cannot admit anything. I thought I was muted. Shit. Oh, that was awesome. Yeah, she said bite me. I was trying to take her cup.
Her first words were "fuck you, Tardot."
Right? No, not yet.
So we've had a rough week. I discussed this a little bit last night. We've lost Harry Anderson. We've lost Art Bell.
But we still have the Kardashians. This is a fucked up place, y'all.
Yeah.
We lost Arlie Ermy.
Yep, we lost Arlie. So I decided that we needed some good news for a change. So I went out and me and Black Cat before the show got to discussing some news that was going on, and I found some good news, people.
Did you find it buried in his letterbox?
No. How about this? I'm going to read you just the title of this, and then you decide whether or not it's good news or bad. How about this? Effingham County in Illinois declares itself a sanctuary for gun owners.
Fucking A.
Amen.
Yeah.
I would say that is a step in the right direction in Illinois. Wouldn't you guys agree?
Yeah. Well, I was happy with the SC government said the other day.
What was that? I must have missed it.
That if the federal government tries to impose or take away any more guns or impose any restrictive gun rights, that they will do. If they try to repeal the Second Amendment as well, they will go through the process and secede from the Union again. I'm not kidding. Not that it's going to happen, but even making the statement, makes people turn their heads.
Yep. Well, they're not the only ones that's made that statement, by the way.
No, they're not. But the fact is, one, South Carolina never surrendered, and two, it's where the whole thing started.
This is true. So. But anyway, let me read this to y'all real quick. And like I said, this is good news for Illinois, if not the rest of the country. Leaders in Illinois' Effingham County have adopted a resolution declaring it a sanctuary for gun owners. The county board on Monday passed the resolution on an 8-1 vote that directed employees not to enforce new Illinois laws that would unconstitutionally restrict the Second Amendment. I love it. I absolutely love it. Effingham County State Attorney Brian Kimbler tells Effingham Daily News that the action is largely symbolic. Of course, we all knew that. He says that the resolution won't control decision-making at the sheriff's office. Sheriff Dave Mahan said that if the state were to pass such a law, he would consult with the state's attorney and the Illinois Sheriff's Association before deciding what to do. The resolution also opposes state legislation that Governor Bruce Rauner vetoed that would have required more registration for gun shops. I love it, man. I'm absolutely. That is a step in the right direction in Illinois. I think that Effingham County needs to be applauded. Um, they're standing up for the Second Amendment, and they're standing up for the Constitution, basically.
We got a comment on the YouTube side that I have to mention. Psycho316 says, "My property will be a sanctuary city for dreamer guns."
You better stop hitting that door. I'm gonna beat you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh shit! I forgot to mute. Sorry. I'm yelling at my daughter.
Do I need to repeat that, or are we good?
My property will be a sanctuary city for dreamer guns.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And you wonder why Gunpowder's daughter tells her to bite her.
That's great.
Hey,
That's great.
Fluffy, shut up.
Are you wearing your tail today, Ariel?
Of course I am.
I'm about to cut it off. You keep on talking shit. Keep it up.
Aye.
Aye. Hey.
Bite me.
We'll talk to bobtail from now on.
Oh shit!
Fuck you.
Breathe, Gunpowder. Breathe.
I was taking a drink. You suck.
You okay there?
Hey,
Gunpowder?
RL, you better watch it. Just because you're on four legs doesn't mean she won't throw punches.
I'm guessing she will, but
It never fails. How do my shows always end up like this?
I don't know.
You have Fluffy and John Z and Gunpowder. It's going to happen with somebody.
Speaking of that, Gunpowder, you left last night. Didn't even say goodbye. You was just gone. What happened?
Listen, my phone died. I sent a comment in the deal.
We never
Phone
seen
died. Well, you should sit there and pay attention to your chat more.
Pay attention to my chat. Hey, did I
My
hear
phone
you
died, and husband was editing videos from Wanamaker. I couldn't even hear y'all talk, and I was just like, okay, I gotta go put this thing on the charger.
Wait a minute.
Well, it died, and so I put it on the charger, and I was like, okay, well, I at least gotta hop in real quick. Hopefully, it'll stay charged long enough. And I sent the message, and then it died again. I was like, okay, fuck it, I'm just leaving it off.
So let me get this straight. Instead of listening to my show, Tardot was editing.
Oh yeah,
That's just.
Let me tell you,
that's just.
it's disrespectful, and yeah, he almost got throat punched last night.
I don't expect anybody. In fact, if you're at work listening to this, I expect you to stop working and just pay attention to the show, because the show is more important than your work.
Exactly. I mean,
of course, even if you're an air traffic controller, and you're listening to this, just walk away for a minute. They'll be okay.
Oh my gosh.
multitask. That's what earphones are for.
That's true.
I'm kidding, by the way. Do not walk away. Do not walk away.
Don't walk away. Just multitask. You got those two little things in your hands. You just sit there and, wave them, tell them where to go. You're good. Have your earphones in. Listen to Outlaw. Whatever those things are called.
It's kind of hard to wave them in when you're sitting in a satellite tower. Flight tower.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't go to flight school, so I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But they could still multitask. Press a button.
Press a button.
Press a button.
I think there's a little more to it than that.
It probably is, but
Just a
multitask. Multitask is the point of this conversation.
Okay. I do not see you having a future in flight control.
No, I'm dangerous with 4 wheels. Do you really want to put me in charge of an airplane or multiple airplanes?
No.
No, thank you.
No.
I know.
Yeah, see? It's just a bad. That's just a bad situation. Nobody needs all that.
Yeah,
I just like buttons.
I do like buttons. That's why I don't need to work around anything that involves buttons. I'll be pressing buttons just to see them light up.
I've got a friend that's got this.
It's got a press. I'm pushing it. I don't care what button it is.
Yeah, I've got a friend that's got this thing for red buttons. If he sees one, he has to push it. I think that.
I like your.
Depending on the job, I hope that he don't work in like some kind of missile factory or something.
Right.
You push the red button, see what happens. Bang. Crap. But, you know, I figured we needed to get some good news out there today. There's so much bad, but that Effingham thing really is really a good one.
And good news, everybody. Gunpowder will never be in charge of airplanes.
That's great.
I feel safer already.
So do I.
Listen, I'll run you over with my Dodge. Don't mess with me.
And yet, Car not trust her with a gun. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Well, it's because I had his babies. I got to keep him around.
Huh. It's kind of funny. He said the same thing about you. She had my babies. I got to keep her around.
Well, I mean, it's not the only reason why he keeps me around, but it's one of them.
Yeah, he said you're a pretty good cook, too.
He said I was a good cook. Man, he must have been drinking moonshine that day.
Yeah.
Excuse me, little girl.
Okay. Cheryl, I don't know if you're listening to this show tonight or not. My friend Cheryl just sent me a picture of a 19 Kimber.
There we go.
Yeah, it's she's got taste. I have to give her that. It's a beautiful gun. Of course, I know that particular gun she's wanting, and it's a bit out of my price range. So you're gonna have to get that one for yourself, dog.
Well, can we see it?
Yeah.
How can I show it to you if it's on my phone?
Put your phone
Send
up
it to your computer.
Point your phone at the computer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here.
Man, I got you another nice Kimber.
Yeah. Hold on a minute. Let me pause it here so everybody can see.
It's not a Kimber, is it?
Oh yes, it's a Kimber. She likes it.
Man, I got you another nice Kimber.
Yeah. See.
We wanted to see the gun, not that.
Yeah.
There's the Kimber. See.
Very nice, by the way.
Yes.
It's nice, but I would never buy a member.
That's the one I want. That's the Sapphire Edition. It's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you like mem parts.
Like what?
If you like metal and molding parts, yes.
Hey,
Great.
Not Strike. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret that you may or may not know, brother. 90% of every gun you buy anymore, and it'll be more and more in the future, has mem parts.
Yep.
That's correct.
And more of them are going to have mem parts. Why? Because it's cheaper.
Look at what Rich just said.
Oh my God.
Okay, Rich, you smart ass. What did you say?
Oh dear.
Someone is sexting us. No. Well, I tell you what, if you want to turn Ellis on, sending him pictures of guns is a good way to do it. So, grant you, it don't take a whole lot, but you know, sending a picture of a gun and you know, I'm ready to rock. It's just one of those things.
It's hilarious.
Well, that's why I come home from work and the first thing I do is grab out a shotgun and one of my handguns. And today I actually went a step further. I got a 357 on one side of me, a shotgun on the other side of me, and there's an M4 right beside me here. So I'm surrounded by love. Literally, I'm surrounded by love. Okay. They're going to get mad at me, though, because I'm about to buy another one. I don't know if guns get jealous or not. I'm hoping they don't, but, you know.
Oh, wow.
And Black Cat, you're an asshole.
Somebody screen share his sexting message there. I
So
can't do it from my phone.
My question is why are you sending me pictures of Bob's girlfriend?
Wow, that's a little messed up, y'all. That's a little messed up.
I'm going to say she doesn't look half bad.
Well, you're lonely too, though, John. That's not fair.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You got me in my...
Why were you sending me pictures of Bob's girlfriend, first of all? And secondly, how did you get pictures of Bob's girlfriend to send to me?
Hey, RL, I got a question. Is she seeing anybody at the moment?
Other than
I don't know.
Bob?
You'll have to ask Bob. Or I'm pretty sure him and Ellis are fighting over her.
Not hardly. No, I prefer my women with 2 legs, not 4.
John, all I have to say is that's a bad idea.
Somebody needs to screen.
That's a bad bitch.
Oh Lord! See, the rabbit holes never end on the Outlaw chat. They just never stop. They're constant.
I think somebody needs to screen share that for all the people out in the chat to see.
No, nobody needs to see that crap. Come on now. You know what? I tell you what I'll do.
Y'all just imagine a sheep with some red high heels on, okay? I can't screen share, but y'all can get the mental image.
Is that a garter
see
belt?
if I can find it here. Right there.
Is that
There
a garter?
it is.
Just look on your phone.
Yeah.
Here it is. Here it is.
Okay.
Well, there it is.
Oh, and she's wearing stockings. That's funny.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you ever want to know what Biker Bob's girlfriend looked like, there,
right there.
she is. Yep.
And she's backstrapped for a 1911.
There you go.
She is prepared, apparently. So, buy some Coonins instead of the Kimber. You know, Vanessa Kitty, I would love to have a Coonin 357 just like yours. I really would. In fact, I would name it after you if I ever got one. I'd name her Vanessa. But I name all my guns, so that's nothing unusual.
I don't name any of my guns.
Yeah.
The only gun I was allowed to name was my Burst of Thunder 380, and it's Princess because it's got pink grips on it.
Uh-huh.
I thought you was gonna name her.
About to bedazzle that thing.
I thought you would name her Bertha Bursa.
Nah.
Yeah.
Big Bertha.
She looked like a princess when I first got her. Now I'm thinking about selling her just because I'm about to have that belly band in and it can hold a 1911. And since Tardot won't let me name the 1911, I'm thinking, well, it's time to get my own 1911.
There you go. We've been saying that for a while, or just.
Yep.
I know, but I really like his.
Well,
so
get one just like his. It's not hard.
Yeah, but after that website you'd shown me, or whoever had shown me the other day, I was like, dang, now I need like $10,000 just laying around so I can get it super customized and have it engraved and be sweet.
I believe Sandhill Shooter has a video out there. It's north of 56,000 views.
Yes, I know. I've seen that, and that was a very good video. When I seen the tag on the video or the name of the video, I was like, what? And it took me all of about 30 seconds to figure out exactly what he was talking about. And I was like, oh, this is going to be an interesting history lesson.
I'll definitely want to say congratulations to him. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's good. Sandhills, that was freaking awesome, dude. In fact, I intend on going back, watching it again, and sharing it to my Facebook page, so more
And if
people will
anybody's
see it.
interested, Black Cat Outdoors put the link to that video if anybody's interested.
Dan is taking off, shooting with Uncle Dan. You have a good day. We will catch you later, brother. Rich White. That would have been Foose on Saturday night.
Have a great day, Uncle Dan.
I don't know what you said, but Rich White said that would have been Foose on Saturday night, Gunpowder. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, the one that was showing the links.
Yeah, he showed you the gun.
Thank you. Thank you.
But now that all that's out of the way, cleared up, taken care of, we can move right along. Any of you guys got any topics you want to discuss? Okay, my ears were just assaulted. What was that?
What was that, John?
I have a topic.
You have a topic.
Go for it, John.
Arlie Hermy.
Arlie, yes. We can talk Arlie. Great
Can we
American.
discuss some of his works over his lifetime? He was rather an icon to our generation.
He was, first and foremost, let's say this. He was a Marine.
Yes, sir.
And out of all of his accomplishments, I would say that is the one that we should all remember him for first. The fact that he served his country. He was a national treasure. He was indeed a national treasure. He will definitely be missed.
He was a patriot and someone who really believed in the Constitution and the great country of ours called the United States.
Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, yeah, we could talk about some of his roles. He did a lot of voice work too. He's in a lot of animated shows. But I think, of course, Hartman would probably always be that one role that everybody remembers him from. Full Metal Jacket. I watched that movie and I was like, holy crap, I would hate to join the Marines and have this guy on my ass like he was them. Yeah, he was. They brought him in to actually help out with, the actors, trying to get the actors to do a better job. And they liked him so much, they said, well, since you're so good at this, why don't you just do it? And he said, sure, fine. Why not? That was a great decision because it made him a household name. So, he had one or two different television series, Mail Call, and there was another one for a little while. I can't remember what the name of it was.
I liked Mail Call. What was the other one? I'm gonna look it up.
It was Locked and Loaded, I think.
Yeah,
Locked and Loaded.
I think it was Locked and Loaded. Yeah,
Locked and Loaded. Yep, and both were good shows. And like I said, lots of animated work. He actually did one of the Batman animated series. I can't remember which one it was, but he actually played the character of Black Cat or whatever it was, Cat. I should know this. I'm a geek. But he was multi-talented, patriot. What else can you say about the man? But like I said, first and foremost, we need to remember that he was a Marine. He did serve his country proudly. And the Marine Corps actually, after he had been out for many, many years, went back and made him an honorary gunny. So that says something, because I don't think the Marines don't throw anybody a rank unless they feel he's deserved it.
And the quality of his work, a lot of it was based on the fact that he was a true patriot and a real soldier in the United States Marines, and he was a real staff sergeant. So he had life that moved on with him with everything else he did, and it gave him real quality.
I did not know this. Apparently, he was in the movie Starship Troopers.
That's correct.
He was one of the news announcers.
That's correct.
I did not know that.
I must have missed that, and I've seen that movie 50 times.
I've seen it more than 50 times, and I missed that too. That's awesome.
He was in quite a few movies like The Frighteners, Full Metal Jacket, Purple Hearts, Mississippi Burning, The Siege of Firebase Gloria, Dead Man Walking, Seven, Fletch Lives, Leaving Las Vegas.
He was even in The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr.
And many others, as well as the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which was pretty funny.
Yeah. So,
and some of the voices he did were The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, Toy Story 1, 2, and 3.
He played the army officer and the little green soldier in Toy Story.
And don't forget X-Men 3, as well as cartoon shows like Kim Possible, The Simpsons, Family Guy, SpongeBob SquarePants, Miami Vice, House, Scrubs, and My Life as a Teenage Robot, as well as Invader Zim. So he's got a lot under his resume.
Well,
yeah.
He shall definitely be missed.
Yeah.
Here's to you, Gunny. We keep losing Patriots, and we're worse off for it. We really are.
Yeah.
We like I said earlier at the beginning of the show, we lost Art Lee, we lost Art Bell. Art Bell was a guy that I listened to on late night radio for many years doing security work. I would listen to him just to get me through the nights. And some of his guests were a bit out there, grant you. Others, you bought into, because I don't, whether or not the stories they were telling were true, or whether or not you believe in ghosts or the paranormals, UFOs, what have you. He would interview in a way that was just captivating to the audience. He would sit back and he would let the guests talk. And I think about all the interviews I've done, and I would hope that after a couple of years, 10 years, 15 years, that I would be half as good as an interviewer as Art Bell was. I have nothing but respect for him. I remember the show that he did right after his wife died when he came back. And, this was the wife he had previously to the one he has now, of course. They'd went on a camping trip. She had an asthma attack and passed away. And, he decided that he was going to, take a break and travel a little bit. He went over to the Philippines. He lived over there for, I think it was the Philippines. But anyway, he met a new lady there, married her, and he's got 2 kids, as far as I know. He's got one that was not very old now, and the other is probably 6, 7 years old. So the man left a legacy. So I went last night after I got off air, and I looked up George Norrie, which, for those of you who don't know, Coast to Coast AM was the show that Art Bell had done for years. And when he semi-retired, George Norrie took over. And they didn't always see eye to eye on what to do on the show, or how to do things on the show. But they managed to work together and get along fairly well. And last night I was listening to George when he broke the news that Art had actually passed away. and he about broke down on the show. So it's if you don't know who Art Bell is, go back and go to coasttocoastam.com and listen to the shows called Somewhere in Time, and you can just listen to Art Bell's older stuff. It's amazing the way he would do these interviews, and some of the guests he had on it was terrific. Um, like I said, in given time, I'm hoping that I am half as good as an interviewer as he was. I will never have the following that he had, and don't ever expect to. But you know, here's to you, Art Bell. You will be missed as well, my friend.
Cheers. Rest in peace.
And Harry Anderson passed away yesterday. So great comedian, magician. He was on the show Night Court in the early '80s, and did some other things over the years. But I guess he will always be known as Judge Harry from Night Court. It was a great show. One of the few comedies actually on TV that I truly enjoyed. Uh, and the cast was actually funny. It had a great cast of very funny individual. And he was also on several episodes of Cheers. I don't know how many of y'all remember that, but he was.
Yeah.
But Harry Anderson is another one that great comedian, great magician, and again, he shall be missed. Now, see, John, now we need more good news, damn it. You
I was
done
gonna say, this
depressed
show is
everybody.
getting
Yeah,
fucking depressing. Somebody
Yeah,
needs to
thanks
do
for bringing
something
us
good.
down, John, asshole.
Honestly,
Holy cow.
look at all the good things you mentioned about these people done for this country and the real and quality entertainment they brought to us. I think that's pretty positive.
Yeah, it's positive that they did what they did. They entertain us. They kept us, you know, on the edge of our seats, especially Art Bell with some of those shows. Um,
Remember, some of the things that make this country are the memories of good quality human beings.
you know, and if I'm not mistaken, Art Bell was also military. Now I could be wrong, but I think he was. I might have him confused with something that Nori had said one night. I know Nori was. I think he was Navy or maybe Air Force, one or the other. So George Nori is also military. So yeah, but go check out Coast to Coast AM if you haven't watched it. It's a late night thing. It comes on, I think it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. It lasts till 4, maybe 5. Um, I don't watch it any longer. And this is probably bad because if you guys actually do go and watch it and you're into that sort of thing, I'm going to lose viewership. Damn it. Because my late night shows is just going to dwindle, but that's fine. I don't mind.
Sure.
But yeah, guys.
According to Wikipedia, Art Bell was an Air Force veteran.
Yeah. So let's remember our fallen. You know, military or not, they were all great entertainers. So here's to you guys. And with that being said, let's find a topic of less grim nature. How about it? In fact, let's do this. We're going to turn it over to the chats. We are going to let you guys ask us questions. If you got a question you want to ask anybody on this panel, go ahead. We are open to you, the listeners' questions right now. I'm waiting. Somebody's got to have a question for somebody in here. You know. What, Ellis? Less grim? Well, Grim, you've been working overtime lately, and we're trying to get away from it. That's,
You said Graham a lot, so he popped in the chat.
Yeah. Apparently, this 30 Clipazine. This is the first live chat with the Outlaw I've been able to attend. Working first shift sucks for watching the late night chats. Yeah, I can imagine. Are you guys going to go to Watermaker in November? I'm going to be there. Yes.
Absolutely.
I am working on putting away some money for it, but we'll see what happens.
Black Cat, are you gonna make it?
I doubt it.
He doubts it, but we're gonna try to twist his arm and get him there anyway. And Night Striker, are you gonna go this time around? Earth to Night Strike.
He's sleeping. Leave him alone.
Jonas.
It's
Okay.
almost 7 o'clock, guys. He probably went to bed. Leave him alone.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's way past dinner time. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. That's probably what it is. I need to decide 9-inch 300 blackout or 11-inch 5.56. I'm worried about recoil. I have a bad shoulder, more like no shoulder. Philo, neither one of them's going to have much recoil. I don't think you're going to have much problem with either.
Well, I would go with the
I'd say
11
Mike-
5.6.
I would probably too, unless you're going to run it suppressed. Then I'd go with the blackout.
Someone order him a pizza.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Let's eat it before he gets it. Also.
Yes. In fact, somebody order each of us a pizza and have it sent to our houses. I will give you my address because I can do some pizza right about now. I've got a
If
question.
somebody's going to order pizza, I'll put my address out on YouTube right now.
30 Clipazine actually has a question. I've got a question, he says. Okay. Dies, I think he meant does. Does anyone else have trouble telling the difference between Ellis and Clover if you're just listening? I do not sound anything like Clover Tag.
No, he doesn't.
No.
I've
been on the chats, and yeah, Clover and Ellis definitely don't sound alike.
Yeah. The thing is, I've met Ellis in person, and let's be honest, Ellis is much, much taller than Clover. Any day of the week.
Height has nothing to do with sound, Night Strike.
It totally does.
It does not.
Yeah.
I've met some very short folks. Very loud voices. Clover sounds like a teacher. Yes, he does. In fact, I think he is a teacher.
He's
too educated.
Yes. He's a proverbial intelligent redneck. I know that's hard for some folks to swallow, but he is truly an intelligent redneck.
True.
So, yep. They're out there. They're just few and far between. I'm not one of them, of course. I'm just your standard, average, everyday, West Virginia hillbilly redneck type. I know 1 + 1 is 2, but don't ask me what 4 + 4 is because I'm completely lost.
I'm good that far. It's when I run out of fingers and toes that I have problems.
Well, see, I can count to 11 anyway.
Well, that covers your toes.
Yeah, well, I can count to 11. But anything after that, I have trouble. Well, someone's throwing stones. Who's throwing stones? Ain't nobody throwing stones around here. And besides that, we're all armed. You start throwing stones at us, somebody's liable to get shot.
Well, let's not go that far yet.
Yet. A rock is a lethal weapon. You ever been hit in the head with one? That shit hurts.
I've never been hit in the head with a rock.
I've been hit in the head with a rock. It hurts.
That explains a whole hell of a lot.
Nah, see, that wasn't a rock. That was a frying pan, thanks to my mother. Yeah. Never tell your mother that you are too big for her to whip. She will prove you wrong. And she will use whatever is in her hand at the point in time to prove said. Vanessa, they sound calm and composed. Who sounds calm and composed? What do teachers sound like calm and composed? Philo, apparently you have never met any of the teachers I had in school. Most of them were yelling their heads off. A lot of times at me. Why didn't you do your homework? Because I got better things to do when I get home than homework. And that's a true story, by the way. That conversation actually did take place. One of my teachers asked me how come I never did my homework, and that was the response that I gave her. When I get home from school, I'm not doing schoolwork. It's just not going to happen.
Why
Period.
didn't you do your homework? And the response,
Because
why
I
did you
have
give me
better
homework?
things to do when I get home than schoolwork.
You should have responded, well, why did you give me homework if you know I wasn't going to do it?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, exactly. I wasn't that smart then, though. No, but when I got home from school, I would go fishing. That's what I would do every single day. And believe it or not, and I'm somebody that hates cold, and it could be freezing, and I'd still go to that damn river. I was a die-hard fisher, and as a kid, it just you could not keep me away from the river no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
The river flood, I'd still be down there fishing and catching fish. Believe it or not, it's freaking awesome. Damn, see, houses floating by, and one time I seen a damn cow float by.
Fish fry at Ellis's house.
Oh man, no, you wouldn't eat any of that. You didn't want to eat anything that came out of Tugfort. I'm telling you. And you got to remember, these houses, most of them in these small little rural communities in West Virginia, there was no such thing as sewage or cess tanks or anything like that. All the pipes ran into the rivers. Period. Up until I think it was like the mid '80s. So, yeah, all the houses that were built, their cesspool, their sewage lines, all ran straight into the river, and that's just the way they were built back then. You didn't have the EPA coming down on them and this, that, and the other. So, um, to say that river was polluted was an understatement. We also had coal being washed in the river, runoff
No,
from the
that's lovely.
mines. Yeah, so. But here's the thing: it was plumb full of fish, catfish, bass, trout.
You wouldn't want to eat them.
But you wouldn't want to eat them. No, it was strictly catch and release. Big ass
Bummer.
carp, man. Big catfish, big carp, um, huge bass. And this is not a very big river. It's a long river, but not very wide. And I don't think there's any place in the whole river that got more than 25, 30 feet deep. So there might have been a deeper spot somewhere, but I never found it. But yeah, man, it was great. I didn't do homework, but I did do some fishing. Learned a whole lot. Let's see what other questions we got coming in. So that's what happened to the Outlaw environmental. Yeah, that may be it, Philo. That could possibly be it. I used to get up and I would wade that river and fish.
Were there any crawfish in there?
Oh, all kinds. Lots of crawfish, lots of little.
Could you eat the crawfish?
No, certainly not. Damn sure. If you ain't gonna eat the fish, you ain't gonna eat the crawfish because the crawfish eats the little shit.
Yeah.
So, we used to catch these things. We'd use seine nets and we'd catch these things called hellgrammites. And a hellgrammite is basically the larval form of a Dobson's fowl. These things are huge. I don't know if you've ever seen one or not, but they are absolutely huge. And bass and catfish love them. And they've got these little spiky grip things on their tail. And on the front end, they got these pinchers. And when they get bigger, they will actually bring blood when they bite. I mean, it hurts. I had one lights on the tip of my finger when I was a kid, and it left a mark, to say the least. But man, I loved fishing as a kid. Love it now. It's just Now I'm an adult and time and work and with everything going on. Yes, smallmouth do love them. Yeah, of course the 300 is going to have more recoil. It's a bigger round. It's a bigger round, more powder pushing than that. So that normally equals out to more recoil. Let's see what's going on the gun channel side. Anything over here? Nope. They are quiet as a mouse over on the gun channel side.
So Philo is asking, so 300 Blackout definitely has more recoil than 5.56, even
And
in subsonic.
I just answered that. Yes, the 300 would probably have more recoil than the 5.56 because it's a bigger round. So it takes a little more to push that bigger round out than it does the smaller one.
Yeah.
What did Cycle Camp? What was the rifle that he brought? Because that thing had a kick.
That was the Moss 4956.
Yeah, that was nice. That had a nice kick.
Oh,
to it.
I
didn't
love shooting
expect
that too.
Yeah, it handled well though.
But
So,
Tony's 4570 was fun too.
Oh yeah.
You fired a 45-70 night strike?
Yeah, it kicked like a mule, but it didn't kick any worse than the 12 gauge. So I liked it though. I liked it.
Had a shotgun thing.
If I can, one of these days, I'm going to get a 4570.
I'd like to have a 45-70, except I don't want the shorter barrel one. I want one of the long octagon. I think it's what, a 26, 28-inch barrel.
This was a long one. This wasn't a short one.
Yeah, that's what I'm wanting.
That's the one I want too. So yeah, we're on the same page.
Which is weird. Extremely weird to be on the same page with Night Strike.
No, not weird. It's just, you don't think you're gonna like something until you actually go and try it. And that one, I liked it. Yeah, sure, kicked. It kicked, but you know what? It was still fun to shoot with the whole lever action. So that's one lever action gun I think I may actually have to get.
30 Clipazine says he is allergic to shellfish. Man, I am sorry. You don't know what you're missing. But on the upside, that leaves more for me. Because I will eat the shit out of some crawdads. Just ask Night Strike.
He will. He will. I sat across from him at the table. We went to a Chinese food place, and they had crawdad on the buffet, and he's like, "All right," and I swear, you finish off 2 or 3 plates of that stuff.
Oh yeah, guaranteed. It's good shit, man. See, I love seafood, any kind of seafood. I will. You name it, if it comes out of the ocean, pretty much I'll eat it, except maybe a puffer fish because I like living. And
same here.
Yeah.
What about those?
We all saw that.
You can totally eat a puffer fish. It's just a small piece of the puffer fish that you can eat, though.
Yes, there's a certain way you have to. There's a certain way you have to prepare those things. It's especially the ones in Japan that they are deadly. And if you don't prepare them right, you will kill yourself. It will kill you.
So you would eat piranhas?
Yeah, I'd eat piranhas.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, I would.
I'd eat. I ain't seen a fish yet that I wouldn't eat. I'll eat the shit out of a shark. I'm telling you, I'll eat shark. Dude. I will eat shark all day long.
That's nasty.
And every bite I take out of that shark, I'll be saying, "That's one less human you're going to bite, you motherfucker." I do not like sharks, by the way. This is why I don't get in the ocean. This is why. Trout? Oh, I love trout, dude. Trout and catfish are my 2 favorite. Now, I'm going to say something here that's going to be a bit controversial, but the best tasting catfish is flatheads. Why
are they called flatheads?
Because they have a flat head, John Z. It's pretty much self-explanatory. And they are the second biggest species of catfish that we have in the United States.
Next on the Mr. Obvious show.
Yeah. The largest catfish species in the U.S. would be the blue catfish. And they say there's some out there that go over 200 pounds. I don't think any's ever been caught that big, but I think the record's like 180 something. 100. It's in the high hundreds. So, a couple of years ago, a guy caught one day, and then went back out the next day and caught one that was even bigger. So he broke his own record the next day. So, but yeah, man, flathead catfish are delicious. You just gotta clean them out right. They're better than the channel cats, which is for any of you guys that know fish. Channel cat is what you get when you go to like these restaurants that are serving catfish. Well, they're serving channel cat, and normally these fish are farmed, raised channel catfish. So, but I am indeed a fish fan. Trout, I've eaten catfish, trout, tuna, of course. Everybody's eating tuna, salmon. You name it. If it's fish, I've probably had it at one point in time or the other. I do not recommend tilapia. That shit will kill you. So, if you want fish, steer away from the tilapia. Get redfish. Get something else.
What are you talking about? Tilapia is pretty good.
Tilapia is pretty good, but they are farm raised fish that they literally have no bones in them. There's no bones in these fish at all.
What's wrong with that?
They were genetically created fish. That they're not natural. You will never find a live tilapia in the wild because they don't exist in the wild.
What is wrong with fish with no bones?
Because they were genetically enhanced to have no bones. That's how they were
Right, but what's
created.
wrong with fish that has no bones?
They can't swim correctly. They pack them into little ponds, and they just force feed them HMOs and all kinds of crap, dude. It's not a fish you want to be eating.
Right, but what's wrong with eating a fish without bones?
There's nothing wrong with eating the fish without bones. It's just the process used to create a fish without the bones.
So, okay, so what is the problem?
What you're saying is you like the bone.
No, I do not like the bone.
I don't know. I think you're saying you like eating fish's bones.
I think what he said is he wants somebody to throw him a bone.
I think you two are just fucking idiots.
He likes getting fish boned.
Yeah.
That's regardless, but we're not the one that likes fish bone.
Yeah. Anyway, some sharks are tasty.
I can't tell you how many times I've choked on bones from carp.
I don't want to hear about your sex life, John.
John, there's no way you choked on a bone. You haven't had a gag reflex in like 15 years.
Oh, you would know, baby.
Wow.
And back down the rabbit hole. Look, can we climb out now, please?
Yeah, thank you, Mario.
God. See, you guys just... I can't take you anywhere. I can't take you guys anywhere.
We don't play well in public.
Well, apparently not. And we're trying to get John Z out of New York. We're going to have to,
We may just have to leave him.
No, we're not leaving him. We can't leave him. That would just be too cruel. We'll have to give him some lessons in manners or something.
Speaking of which, are you cutting out of New York to come shoot the Gatling gun this summer?
Hell yeah.
All right.
Where is the Gatling gun, by the way? Who's got it?
There's a friend of mine that lives. He actually lives in Philadelphia.
No, nobody mentioned Rick Scott, but if he's a shark, John Z will eat him.
Ellis?
Yes.
Denied.
Is that all you got? Stop playing, John. Stop playing. Because what's going to happen is you're going to start, and then Night Strike's going to start, and I'm going to have a whole show full of weird sound effects.
Nothing will ever beat if you could get the sound effect of Gunpowder's infant daughter saying "bite me." That would be the best sound effect ever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Shut up, Fluffy.
That was interesting.
Well, I didn't get a fuck you. I just got to shut up.
Oh, well, you have to.
That's only because my daughter's sitting right underneath me. Otherwise, at least you know what I would say.
She would probably threaten to throat punch you again for the 15th time or the 500th. It's somewhere in that neck of the woods, anyway.
Probably.
And we should, and we've had all kinds of sound effects, Slim. Just left, right, and crazy. Between John Z and Night Strike, I'm always hearing sound effects. Speaking of which, Night Strike, I have not heard your phone go off the whole chat.
Yeah, I actually, the SD card in my phone that had all my sounds, it died.
Oh no!
So I had to go out and buy a card before Tulsa, and luckily I went out and got like a 128 gigabyte SD card for my phone. And I was able to take a lot of video. And people are gonna ask, why haven't you showed any of that video yet? I am trying to properly edit video, and it's a pain in the ass, and I've got a lot of videos to edit. So I may not have them done until later this month or early next month.
If anybody's wanting to see any Tulsa videos from Night Strike, they will be coming out in November 2019.
No, not that far, John.
Yeah, seriously. Night Strike.
John, when are you going to do that review on that Block 19?
You want me to get locked up? Are you serious? Hello, son.
Night Strike.
What's up?
So, why are you editing it anyway? Just put it out like it is, dude.
Well, because some of the people that we interviewed asked us to not put them on camera, so I have to edit that part out.
Okay, well that makes sense. If they didn't want to be on camera, why did you have them on camera to begin with to have to edit them out?
Curious.
I messed up. That's why.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
My first time doing this kind of thing. I'm a little green. Okay.
We're sorry. Your call cannot be completed as dialed.
I haven't heard that in a long time.
Yes, neither have I. Not, John, please. Okay. Oh, thank you. I wasn't.
Come on, you sugar.
See what I deal with? See, this is what happens when I invite New Yorkers to the show. Even the black cat sitting over there in his corner licking himself, being quiet.
Leave me alone. I'm almost done.
Oh. We don't want to hear you coughing up the hairballs after the fact. I'm telling you. You know what? From now on, I think this show is just going to be me and Gunpowder.
Oh, you would miss us all.
Probably.
Hey, Gunpowder, wake up. You can wake up now.
I am awake. I've just got a TV going because my daughter, is a drama queen and trying to make it so she's not being so whiny.
And now, how old is your daughter?
She'll be 2 in August.
She's too young to be a drama queen yet. Just give her a few years and see how it happens.
Oh no, she was born that way.
She's a drama princess right now.
Yeah, she's not being very presidential.
I would suggest you take her to the river and let her play with frogs and lizards and shit. Get her out of that in a hurry.
Don't let her play with lizard poop, please.
No, she's not allowed to grab any lizards or anything like that anytime soon. But we did find out that her and her brother are not scared of grass snakes or anything like that, which is pretty cool. Those are the things that you can teach your kids how to properly grab a snake and not have to worry about them having to be rushed to the hospital.
Hey, how are you?
Lizards are pretty easy. Frogs, they kind of freak her out. No. Everything else, she's pretty calm with, except for bugs like ants and stuff, because of course they bite. But my son, he don't care.
Yeah, boys don't tend to worry too much about that. I mean, when I was a kid, I was picking up everything: snakes, lizards, dead anything.
Not me. When I was a kid, I lived in Arizona. I wasn't going to pick up scorpions or snakes.
Chicken.
Candy ass. Yeah, but I would pick up anything that slithered or crawled. It didn't bother me. Catch frogs. So
John, turn your robot voice off.
What are you talking about?
you're roboting. Literally.
I'm not saying anything.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
Domo Roboto.
Yes. Why don't you look out in the chat and we'll ask them, do you guys hear John Z roboting? Or is it just us people in the chat?
No, I am roboting.
Yeah. He is roboting. Terribly bad. It's horrible. You sound like Megatron.
Oh, come on. Why can't that be Optimus Prime?
Because it's 1980s Megatron.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, guys, we have been going for about an hour and 16 minutes now, so we are going to call this one done. I'd like to first say thanks, everybody, for stopping by, saying hello. Hey, I got 20 watching and 16 thumbs up. I appreciate that, too. Remember, later on tonight, we have Tactical Tuesday with Ghost Tactical. That's coming up at the top of the hour, which will be 8 o'clock Eastern time. I think it's, 7 his time? And then after that, we have Hit or Miss Tuesday nights at 9, Hit or Miss Tuesday nights at 9, Hit or Miss Tuesday nights at 9, coming up at 9. So you can't miss that one either. Hopefully tonight will not be a miss. Hopefully.
Wow. Shall not be infringed.
And hopefully Night Strike
you're
will
gonna
not
get
be infringed. Night Strike is infringed often. We all know this. But
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
what?
I am not infringed often. Just sometimes.
The guy looks good in Fringe. You can't deny it.
Well, this
Night
is true.
Strike. Night Strike. This
But,
is the Lord.
Hey, and since it's Tuesday, don't forget our cover your tactical nipple shirts are up at www.tardoutproductions.com. Yeah!
There you go. Plugs all the way around.
She
Anybody
did
else
it.
got anything to plug while we're at it? Nothing.
I have a 2A Capitol rally on April 30th. I'm doing a T-shirt giveaway at the Capitol rally. So if anybody's coming to the Pennsylvania rally, check out my channel. I have a video up. I'm giving away a T-shirt at the rally.
Cool, man. How many are you having made? Just the one? Or?
There was a bunch of them made, but I'm going to give away one. I may give away a second one. I don't know. I ordered a couple of them. So.
And what's on the T-shirts?
They say Pennsylvania Firearm Owners Association, which is the group I'm going with. And then on the back, it gives the rally date and stuff like that. There's a picture of them in the video I posted.
Boy to cook something for the winner.
Cool deal.
What's that?
Mohawk Boy needs to cook something for the winner.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. Get Mohawk Boy to fix whoever wins a dessert plate.
Yeah. Or waffles. That would be fitting.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I thanks everybody for stopping by, joining in, being part of this wonderful Gun Channels community of ours. And if you're not over on the Gun Channel side, please get over there and join up. It's completely free. Now, it says for content creators and the like, but you know what? Anybody can join, and we'd love to have you. It's a great source for information for firearms related stuff. And it's not all about firearms, believe it or not. We have conversations about everything from one thing or another. So join gun channels. Say hello to the folks over there. If you got questions, they got the answers. There's somebody always there that can answer your questions. And with that being said, folks, we are out of here. Y'all have a good night, and I might see you on a late night chat tonight, maybe. Who knows? Take care, folks.
Shut up, me infringed.
Good night, Gracie.
And apparently, Night Strike wants to be infringed one more time.
No.